How about the 1997 Mazda MX-5 Miata Convertible? Miata.
Yeah.
Black over black, 8,174 actual miles. That's one you'd think twice about taking for a long trip just because, A, it's small, and B, it's got low miles.
Right.
All stock, final year for the first-gen Miata, 1.8-liter double overhead cam inline four. And if you think that's not enough power, go drive one and tell me how much fun they are.
Right.
They're so much fun to drive.
Yeah.
It's not too little of power. It's great amount of power for what the car is and what it does. And it feels balanced and fun and just a fantastic car. And it's got the original window sticker. How cool is that? So save all that stuff. When you buy a car, new, used, classic, whatever, special interest, save everything. Save every sticker, every description, every note. Print off anything you can find about it historically. If it's an older car, do all that you can to preserve all the history of that car and that car at particular make and model that'll pass on to the next owners, plural, because that's what's going to happen to this car. It's not staying with me forever. I bet you that'll be the first. No.
Did you get a stack of literature with your car?
I got some stuff. I haven't gone through it yet, but I've been printing out stuff ahead of time.
Okay.
Too. You know,
Nice.
you're able to find a lot more information these days. Old road and track, road test results, or Motor Trend that talks about the car. And it's interesting how they talk about the performance in 0 to 60 in 6.6 seconds. You know, my Suburban will do that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But back then that was fast. That was getting her done.
Here's the most important question about your new acquisition.
Yes.
Do you have a die cast of it?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I'm working
That on the Christmas list?
the suck up list.
I know where to get one.
Yeah, you get the big one. I'll get him one of the
Yeah,
little
that's right.
Matchbox
143, I'll go 118.
Yeah, I can
Right?
afford that.
Perfect.
Thank you, guys. And document this for Randy. Make sure that I know ahead of time when it's Christmas time. If I don't get these gifts, and some heads are going to roll.
Something tells me you'll have one by Christmas.
Yeah.
Probably early, so just to cover it. This is for Christmas. It's like Kathy and I buy stuff for each other, and then we're like, this is for Christmas.
Right,
You get
right.
to Christmas, I'm like, oh, we're going to buy something
Still
else.
buy stuff.
Yeah, we're going to buy something else. Other new arrival, the 1958 Chevrolet Corvette Convertible, Roman red and Snowcrest white over black. Blueprint Racing 383 stroker.
Yes, it is.
Odd in a 58. Tremec, 5-speed manual, updated gauges, posi axle 355. Ready to kick some ass.
Modified vet.
Yeah, which you don't see in a 58 very often.
Not very often.
And 58 is not always the most loved version of that C1 Corvette. I mean, or that,
Yeah.
that generation of Corvette, because it's got the extra chrome strips on the trunk. It's got the louvered hood. It was the only 1 year only stuff on these cars. And they got rid of it, I think, because people maybe didn't care for it. I kind of like it.
Oh, listen, I think it's you look up the word classic in the dictionary, there'll definitely be a classic vet in there.
Our next week's guest, by the way,
Yes?
designed this Corvette.
Oh,
Stingray,
no.
the 1963 Corvette Stingray.
Ooh, there's a little hint for you.
Peter Brock.
Oh, you're going to make a quiz out of it.
Well, I don't know these things, so I don't
Good.
know how to do that. So next on the list is the 1970 Mercury Cyclone hardtop.
Yeah.
Cyclone
Sounds like a whirlwind of,
Best.
of energy.
dark ivy green metallic over saddle, long-term ownership, a rare Mercury muscle.
Yeah, they are.
You don't see a lot of Mercury muscle. Correct 429 4-barrel V8 and a correct C6 3-speed automatic. When we say correct, you know what we mean. Not the original.
That's right.
It's era correct.
No
from
car
that
has a
time.
front end fascia like
No.
the Mercury Cyclone. It's
It's
really
very cool.
unbelievable.
And it also has the Deluxe Marty report. So
Oh,
that
excellent.
tells you what the car was born with. Not what it generally necessarily has now, but what it was born with when it was new. And they can get it down to, it was one of one that had an AM radio that the second button didn't go in and out. You know, I mean, it's like they can make it one of just about anything.
Pretty much.
But another new arrival is another Ford product, the 1963 Ford Galaxie 500 two-door fastback. Tucson yellow over black. It's a cool looking car.
Beautiful car. And I'm not a big Galaxy fan, but the fastback, there's just something special
I
about it.
like any type of. It's hard not to like a fastback
Yeah, it's sharp.
car because it looks fast in the back. It's the fast back.
Hence the name.
Sports roof.
Yeah,
Also,
sports roof.
The other name. Yeah.
Those flat pieces of glass back there that
Yeah.
were, it's hard to.
It's a beautifully well done, well restored car.
Yeah,
Nice color.
76,000 actual miles, 289, 2-barrel V8, lots of new parts. It's got the Cruise-O-Matic 3-speed automatic transmission. This is very well done. This is not cut corners restoration. This was nicely done.
Yes,
and it's not cheap to do these things. If you think you can do them, I don't know. It's hard to do what some of these people have done to these cars for the same amount of money.
There's more money in this car than there is on the list price.
That's exactly
Easily.
right. So, other new arrival, the 1985 Mercedes-Benz 380 SL Convertible. These were unloved for a long time, and
They're coming back.
They are really. We just sold one a couple of weeks ago.
We're selling
low mileage.
a couple of them, yeah.
This one's got 36,000 actual miles, champagne metallic over tan. Very nicely preserved. 3.8-liter single overhead cam V8, 4-speed automatic. 3 cars in one. It's three cars in one.
Wrigley gum.
Yeah, and why do we say that? Because it can be a convertible.
Yes.
It can be a soft top, or it can be a hard top. It's got removable hard top that you have to get a pulley system in your garage to take it off and put it back on.
Or my friend and I, we did his. His was beat.
Yeah.
And it was rough car. And he went, it's a classic.
It's a classic. Well, the problem is taking them off. 2 people on either side. If you're the guy like me with the short arms, and you're like you're about to, hey,
sure.
Come back this way a little bit.
He was a bachelor, so he just kept it in his living room. He just kept the top there.
Anyway, I saw an SL on the road on Sunday, and I was like, and with the top down, beautiful day, and I said, you know what, that's a pretty
great
nice
looking car.
Great car.
There's one up at the place where I just got my CL55 back from being serviced, and it's silver with navy blue interior and a navy blue top. That's a great color combination on an SL. In an SL Mercedes, back in the 70s and 80s, whether it's a 450 SL or a 560 or whatever, that was a status symbol of all status symbols.
It was.
I mean, even more so probably than a Rolls Royce, because they were actually seen. People would actually see them out on the road. You wouldn't see a Rolls Royce in Knoxville, Tennessee. You saw one. but not very prevalent. But the SL was, that was Learjet SL and a Rolex watch, and you have died.
And I think I make this point in some of the write-ups. I think it still is a status. Like I saw the guy the other day, a white one with the top down. Like that guy's got something going on.
That's the guy.
He's got something going on.
And he's a good-looking guy with gray hair and the cool sunglasses.
I didn't look that closely, but I imagine he's got it going on.
Last but not least, the 2007 Chevrolet Corvette 3LT Coupe. Where do you get more performance for the buck?
Yeah,
on a 2007 or late model Corvette. I mean, Le Mans blue over metallic over ebony, 59,000 actual miles. It's got the 3LT package, 6-liter LS2 V8, one of 2,200 and change built.
Yeah,
and the 256 posi axle, which is kind of interesting, but. Man, that's just a lot of car for the money.
It really is.
Any Corvette from about 2000 to 2010 or so.
It's good.
That 10-year period, I mean, it's a lot of performance. They're reasonably priced. You find them that they're very well maintained. Of course, these Corvette guys are fanatical when it comes to that. So if you get a chance and you're looking for an entry-level car that's got way more performance than dollar,
that's right.
That's your huckleberry.
100%.
And we talked about the new car, but the auction coming up, June the 19th.
Okay.
We're going to do another auction. We'll probably have 100 cars. You can go to our website in the next, little bit. And we'll have some stuff on there.
Working on that.
Working on some
fun stuff. Some fun stuff in this auction.
Yeah, we're going to have some barn finds. We're going to have some stuff. We're going to have
a couple go-karts. I got my eye on.
Yeah. We're going to have some newer stuff. We're going to have a variety. It's not going to all be no reserve. There's going to be reserves on some of them. Some will have no reserve. We announce that before everyone. You'll be able to bid ahead of time on proxy bid and on Geyer Auctions. Their website. Randy will throw those up on the screen so you can get to those, and you can register to bid. And we've decided to one more year, probably not for next year, but for this year, we're going to waive the $50 bidder fee.
Okay.
So it'll be free to register to bid. You just got to provide us a credit card deposit and things, which is fully refundable if you don't buy anything. And you can go. All the details will be on the website. So we're looking forward to it. It'll be on a Friday. And it'll start around 10 a.m. and we'll go for a couple, 3 hours, and then we'll have you out of here, and hopefully you'll be with the car of your dreams or the car of your nightmares.
Should be fun.
No, it'll be a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to it. We're going to try to do these a little more regularly.
Okay.
The Classic Auto Mall Show with their host, Stuart Howden.